Hi. This is a very rough sketch of a place in Cornwall, South Cornwall, England, called Portscatho, not far from Falmouth. And I'm going to try and make a wet in wet painting of it. Move the computer. Right, the first thing we do is to wet the paper all over with some clean-ish water. I've done a preparatory sketch on, as you can see. It's not exactly to the sketch, but it's just an impression, just a memory. So I'm going to use my palette, the Hake, lemon yellow, raw sienna, alizarin crimson, light red, ultramarine, burnt umber and Payne's grey. And I'm going to use the Hake as far as I can, the 2-inch brush, but the buildings I'm going to use a 1/2 inch flat, possibly an inch flat, both very useful brushes. The foreground here is a beach scene here, a bit of sand, some rocks, bit of seawall, there, some foliage coming down here and a bit here, and the sea horizon, fairly low horizon. And as you can see, the paper with the water on now has stretched, so I'm going to re-clip it, a bit of a stretch, and get it all nice and flat again. This is the lovely thing about wetting the paper all over. It can be reclipped at any stage and you can keep it nice and flat. The paper is Fabriano. The weight is 130 pounds and the size is 11 inches by 15 inches. It's a nice size for what we're doing. Painting upright like this is not always the best way for watercolour, but for demonstrating it's quite easy. So I'm going to add a bit of raw sienna across the sky and a bit of the landscape. Just put it in. Beach area, a bit in the sea area, and we'll have a bit of a cloud. It's very cloudy here today in London. It's trying to snow. Let me just put that in there. Okay, that'll do. That. Just little ones, getting smaller as you come down. Right. Now, have to bear in mind that watercolour dries a lot lighter than you put it on. So we'll have a. Now this is a good memory for me. I had been back there, but just as a day trip. But I did this sketch, I think, probably 25 years ago. Yes, 25 years ago, and it must have been cloudy then because 2 weeks in Cornwall, rained every day. We hardly saw the sun. But it was a big family holiday, so we had great company and good fun. So I'm going to let that dry off just a little bit. And when it's dried off, I can use the hairdryer, but I just want the paper to maintain some of its moisture when I do the buildings. Try to get it a bit soft. And that's the thing about wet in wet painting, it keeps everything soft. But as it dries, of course, you can do harder dry brush with it. And you can get these lovely effects in the sky. It just bleeds out into the surrounding area. You don't have to paint like this, it's just what I'm demonstrating. I'll just have a little cup of tea. It's a bit cold up in my studio today. Tuesday I went to a lovely place called Tatsfield near Westerham in Kent, or the Kent-Surrey border, to do a painting demonstration for a very nice group there. I did 3 paintings. 2 of them were ones that I demonstrated on YouTube from Stowe, a lovely country estate that's now owned by the National Trust, so it's open to the public. That's the fate of most of our nice country houses. They're now in public ownership or in trust, and it keeps them going. This is lovely. Right, I'll give it a little dry just on those houses. Just to take the shine off. Now the roofs in this area on the coast are mostly, I think they're Welsh slate, sort of a bluey grey, which will more or less match the sky. So Payne's grey and ultramarine. Now we just start to put them in like that. Trying to leave a little bit of sparkle on the paper. And the brush is just a bit dry, a bit wet. Let's keep it nice and dryish. There and there. Out there. Being a bit quiet while I do this. Alright, there's enough going on there. Right, put another little house in there, I think. Why not? That should just about do. I'll put some chimney stacks on. Bit of raw sienna, bit of grey. And I'll just we'll have the light coming into here, or we could have it coming into there, so that the sun coming down. Yeah, we'll leave those lights. It's a bit of raw sienna then. Let's clean my palette up a little bit. It's a bit of a mess. All right, we'll just. I don't want this too bright, or at least too solid, because it's showing the light catching it. Probably some shadow in that area there. That's got a bit iffy there. Do a bit of a shadow area that side. My shadows, I like to use ultramarine and a bit of light red. This is sparkle. And the trees are coming up there, so just a bit in there. Okay. Some. Ah, that should have been that colour, shouldn't it? Oh, well, never mind. Alright, okay. Just go back with that colour in there then. There, more or less. baby pots, bit of red, light red. So the shadow will be on that side. Just a bit of interest. Right, okay, now some windows. I'll just use the light red and the ultramarine. Don't want it too dark. Just adds a little bit of interest. It's trying to snow outside. Just little flakes flurrying down. Okay. Right, why that's a little bit just take that bit of wet paint off there. Right, now I'm going to use the hake now. So I'll give that bit of a dry. I'll put the sea in. A good sea colour I've found, but it certainly works with the English sea, with very rarely blue, but a bit of ultramarine and a bit of light red. Seems to give a nice sea grey. Just touch it in. Show some. There's some sand coming in there. As it gets closer to the shore, then it's more sandy colour. Right, okay. Go. Sand here. Put some rocks in there, I don't know. So here we've got some greyish rocks, grey, light red, ultramarine. Dark, a bit of a rogue hair. I haven't lost many hairs out of this brush. Various colours, a little bit in there. A bit darker, maybe. It's quite big rocks here, as I remember. Right. Go mad with them now. Bit of raw sienna in the mix. Put the Seawall in a minute. Just put the colour in. Mix a bit of Payne's grey in there now. Alright. Get the card. Where's the card? Where's the card? Right, let's just show just a bit of scrape using the card. Just to show these rocks. As that's dry, I can always put some shadow back. Show the three planes. Right, okay, now we'll put a bit of seawall in here and there. The seawall colour would be a grey yellow, so burnt. The Payne's grey, bit of ultramarine, bit of raw sienna, and a bit of red. There was a wall here, so a bit light around the corner. Alright, don't know why I did that. Right, let's just carve out some. Just trying to show some lighter coloured bricks or very large stones. That'll do. Right, okay, a little bit of the problem. I've indicated some stones, bit of concrete work in there. So let's just put it in. Leave the top of the wall. Bit of a slipway coming down. Now I'll dry that off. Drying. Back to the hake. Going to show a little bit of green now. Green foliage, bit of lemon yellow, bit of Payne's grey. Just coming down into the rocky area. Just vary the colours of it. Add some darker greens coming onto the rocks. And lighter yellow coming up there, in there, down there, there. Right, okay. What I could do there, I could probably see if I can put a little boat in there, just moored on the tide. Bit of black and blue. Oops. Shallow. Bit of a mast. Okay, another one in there, I think. about registers. Right. I was trying to do the figures with a rigger, but I'm not. My hand shakes a little bit. I haven't got Parkinson's or anything, but it seemed to be easier. So why put some figures on here? All looking at the beach. Don't go too close to the edge. Have a little figure here. A bit of interest. Right, okay. Can't go far without seagulls, so we'll put a couple of birds in there. Right, okay. That's just the drawing. That's just the watercolour sketch we've done of it. Right, I don't think I want to do much more than that. I could put a couple of little boys, just doing something in the playing some little bit of rock pool or something. That'll do. Just give it a little signature. I'll put it in a mount now just to see what it looks like. Get a much better idea. Always improves it. Right, there we go. So Cornish slate on the roofs, just simple buildings, just simple outlines of everything. I haven't tried to make a portrait of anything, just an impression of a morning on the beach, because that, as I remember, was about all we could put up with. It was just too cold, wet and windy. Hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.